Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're going to be taking a look at some stupid loud mastering with Master Plan by Musik Hack. And I'm about ready now. Hello, welcome to the show. My name is Jade. This is How to App up. There we go. How to App on iOS. I hope you're doing well. It is a Wednesday morning here, and it's, guess what? It's 2 degrees. It's 2 degrees outside. It is so cold. It's terrible. Winter is hit, and I know Cold Acre sent me a message today with a screenshot saying it's 0 degrees where he is. Man, it's cold. I want to go back to bed. But here we are. Got to get up, got to do the show. And today I'm heading out to film Walk With Me, and that is going to be very exciting out in the freezing cold. But the sun's out. So the irony is the sun is outside. It's 2 degrees. You don't believe me? Look at that. See up there? Melbourne, 2 degrees right there. But look, sun coming out today. So we're going to go out and film Walk With Me. It's going to be an upside down episode today that I'm going to film, and that will be out, I expect, this coming Sunday, US or UK time. It's going to be exciting. The next few episodes of Walk With Me are going to be really cool, let me tell you that. Welcome to our Walt Warriors. You can become one by clicking the join button if you're on a desktop, or there's a link in the description to click, and that will get you to become a member. It's $1 a month, and it helps the channel. And there's custom emojis in the chat and all that jazz. Whoa, today, this week, we got a really big show coming up, and today's going to tie into that somewhat, just a little bit. The release of the Delicate Giants' brand new album, The Fabric of Everything. The album launch is happening this week. It is on Thursday, US and UK time. Friday here in Australia. Very excited to have the album. We're going to be hearing something special from it today, as our featured artist is the Delicate Giants today, and tomorrow will be the Delicate Giants as well, leading up to the launch. Super cool. If you want to know a little bit more about this old bird, Gladys Worthington is back this week, Saturday, instead of the opening hour. If you have a question for Gladys Worthington, there is a... Go to the community channel, the community page here on my channel, and look for the little form and send Gladys a question. And whatever happens, happens. Okay, let's get into it. We've got a few songs we're going to master today, so that's what we're going to be doing, and we're going to be checking out this Master Plan app. We're going to first dive over to say hello to all of you. Leni Perez. There's Rhett. Hi, Rhett, Leni, Russ, Greg O'Sullivan, Mateus, what's going on? Audible Video. Just don't say where it is, whatever you do, Audible, please. I value my life. SG Experiment. It sucks that I have to tell you that, Audible. What's going on, SG Experiment? Oh, dear. Granny's here. Ali was there up the top saying, have a great show. As you can see, Delicate Giants are our featured artist today. Boom. Very exciting stuff. Thanks to Rise of Dark Leela, who just led into today's show with her wonderful show. Gary Hubs is here. What's going on, Hubsy? Hubs. Hit the like. Yeah, it does help. If you're watching on the replay and you haven't subscribed, please do so. It does help. And hit the like and do all the magical stuff that gets the algorithm following. All right, let's take a look at the Beat Community. Dush, you're over here. And what is new? FabFilter have put a number of their apps on offer, on sale. I don't know which ones. I have an idea. What's going on? I knew you'd be here for this. Look at this. We've got Pro, Q3, L2, C2, MB, DS, G, R2, Saturn 2, Timeless 3, Volcano 3, and Twin 3, all on sale. Massive sale there for our favorite FabFilter apps. If you don't have at least one FabFilter app in your collection, you're doing it wrong. Absolutely. Nanotone, which I haven't done a show on yet, but we will be doing, has had an update. We got Clevgrand have got apps on sale. Midilicious have deals at the moment. 4 Pockets, updated Strummer and Helium. Good stuff. And let's see. Now that I have an ideas here, I want to find the. Do I have it? Folks, I found this software. I'm going to do a show. I'm going to show on it next week. Some AI video software. I took a photo of Brad. Let me do this. Let me come over here. I took a photo of Brad and turned it and made it come to life, and it looks amazing. So there's this new software. Let me grab this one as well. Download, save. So I took a bunch of photos of my friends. And so let's see. Let's go over here. Before we jump in over here, see these photos here? These are photos of my friends. So here's Russ, Dave, and Brad. And look what this amazing software does. Check it out. Look at that. It brought them to life. How cool is that, huh? Look at Russ's teeth. Look at him laughing. And I took this photo of Brad here, and look, it literally brought him to life. So that is just sick, isn't it? Good Lord. So we'll be taking a look at this next week. It's just sick stuff. Even I took this photo of myself, and it got my fingers wrong and stuff, but how cool. So you can animate virtually anything. You can, I made this too from a prompt. So, yeah. Is it expensive? Boy, is it expensive. Hope you've got $500 a month. But no. There is a cheaper plan, but it's still very, very expensive. But, yeah, very cool. Anyway, I got off track there. Let's look at price drops over here. As you can see, all these FabFilter apps are on sale. Lots of them down there. IFX Rack, so MK Sensation, Basalicious, Neo Soul Keys, Neon Audio Editor, Woodscaper, whole lot of stuff on sale. Today we are looking at this. This is Master Plan by Musik Hack. You may have seen some talk about this on the interwebs, especially on YouTube, because this app has been getting some praise. And not just praise by anybody, praised by some of the big names in the industry. I don't know, like this guy here.
We can bring it up without
this guy, Warren Hewitt. This guy, Warren Hewitt, says this thing is amazing. And I'm going to listen to a guy like Warren Hewitt from Produce Like a Pro. Nearly everybody who's reviewed this app, Master Plan, has said this thing is awesome. And yeah, I haven't seen one bad review for it, and I've probably watched about 40 reviews for it. And everybody's saying it's really good. And is it really good? It is really good. But there's a caveat for iOS. Unfortunately, that is the way. Brad Example, what's going on? Hello, Brad. So, as you can see, if we zoom in here and take a look at this and look at this interface, this is Master Plan, but the iOS version's missing a fair bit of stuff, unfortunately. Down the bottom, all these additional sections are not in this version for iOS. We will talk about this. I believe they should be releasing I hope they release an in-app purchase offering the full version. But there is a reason that they have gone ahead and released a slimmed down version for iOS, and we will talk about that in a second. So, lots of reviews. Lots of people have said this is great. I've compared it to a bunch of things, the stuff that I use, like Lursons. I use Lursons pretty much all the time for all my mastering, and it's amazing. This thing does pretty much the same job, so it sounds great. And it's a hell of a lot cheaper. That's there. So it is $10. $10 on iOS, but as you can see here, it's missing a lot of stuff. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 knobs, one big one in the middle, a bypass, and a unity. But they have kind of made it this way for a particular reason, yeah? And we'll get into that in a second. So it is also available on desktop services. Whoops, we'll come over here. Here it is. You can get a trial for, I think it's a 14-day trial. You can download it for free, 7 or 14 days, something like that. Come to musichack.com and hit get the demo, and you can. It's fully full version you can use for however many days. I think it's 14 or something like that. You can rent to own for $25, or you can pay forever $122. And you can see here by the interface, they've done an update recently to 1.5. It's got a whole lot of new things they've added to it. There's that. So, yeah, everybody's saying it is the shit. And you can see the reviews are everywhere. Everyone who knows anything about music on YouTube or anything like that are saying this thing. I haven't seen anything bad, negative at all about it. And from my experience using it on iOS, it's cool. I just wish it would have all the extra things just to have. I mean, do you need them? That's debatable, isn't it? So we have covered all that. Now I have a bunch of songs today that we're going to master, some from Russ and some from me. We've got a Delicate Giant song. We've got a couple of dance songs in there. I've got a death metal song from FMC. I've got one of my originals that's more mellow. So I want to try it across a few different styles of music, excuse me. Of course, we want to put it through its paces and test it all out. Now, I will be testing this in Logic. And I hear you straight away say, but hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Why would I need this for Logic? Because Logic has its own mastering. And this is correct. Do you need it? Probably not. The mastering in Logic is sick. It's unreal. And it's a part of Logic. But not everybody uses Logic, do they? Some people may be using Cubasis or AUM. So this is an AUV3. So you can use it in any DAW that you like on iOS. So you can just plug it into any track you like and go ahead and do it. But is it better than a random collection of plugins on the master bus? But this is what everyone's saying, that it is. And that is, from my experience, it's pretty damn good. Okay, let's talk about some things, because now you can't take what I'm going to say, everything I'm going to say as gospel, because here's the deal. Everyone has their own taste with mastering, and mastering does come down to taste. All right. There's no 100% correct. You have to follow this template every single time for mastering, because all music is different. Dance music is completely loud all the time and has a kick drum running through it, where an acoustic song has lots of ebbs and flows, and so every song is going to be different the way it's mastered, and everybody hears things a little bit different. So it all does come down to taste. Volume is another thing too, where we live in a world where we release music on digital streaming services, and they request that that we get our songs to 14 LUFS, which is not the case. You don't need to get it to 14 LUFS. You can get it a lot louder than 14 LUFS to 10 LUFS, 11 LUFS, whatever you like. But they are going to turn it down. They are going to turn it down when you upload it to streaming services. And that's okay. It's not really going to affect it too much, okay? What is important to know is you don't want your music to be under 14 LUFS, 15 LUFS, or right on 14 LUFS, right? Perceived loudness is LUFS, right? Now, this is the standard that has been used. Why do LUFS exist? Well, it was a standard that was first introduced for television, because you may notice this, and I think we all understand this. We all have hearing. When you're watching television, commercials are always way louder than the TV show that you're listening to. So they created a standard of perceived loudness called LUFS to try and control advertising in television. And it has bled over into the music industry for streaming services. And why do they set their levels at 14 LUFS? Why is this? Because they want the user to have an experience where all the levels of the music across all of the albums and all of the artists are on a same level. Because there's nothing worse if you're out exercising, running around, and you have headphones in, and all of a sudden Metallica comes on and it's really loud, and then the next song comes out and it's really soft. it's like watching Metalhead Hippie. Every time he talks, you have to turn it up, and then he plays a song and you got to turn it down. And that's not a good experience for listening to music. So the standard of LUFS, of perceived loudness, has been introduced so you have a good experience listening to music and you don't have to ride the volume. Nobody wants to be riding the volume. And that's what it's there for. It's for that reason only. If you're releasing music on Bandcamp, you can master a song and it be 10 LUFS and it can be super loud. And it will be that loud on Bandcamp. But as soon as you upload it to a streaming service, they will lower that volume and they will make it softer so it is that even keel. That is the way the industry works. Now, in saying that, setting your music to exactly 14 LUFS, say you're happy, and that's okay, right? But it's a gamble that you're playing, because if the song that you master is softer than 14 LUFS, it's quieter, many services will not turn up your music. They will turn it down, but they won't turn it up. YouTube won't turn up your music, right? Amazon won't turn up your music. Whatever it is, will be. Whereas other services like Apple and Spotify, they will turn up your music if it is too soft. So to be safe, what I do on my Patreon is master stuff around, 12 to 13 LUFS. And it's going to be quietened down on streaming services, but at least it's not going to be too soft, because nobody wants something soft in their hand, in their ears, do they? So there's a little breakdown of our LUFage and volume and stuff like that. So let's take a look at this thing. I've got a bunch of tracks here. I'm going to probably start off with, I haven't listened to these, obviously. We've got one of these from Russ. So we've got two songs from Russ here, these kind of dancier songs. And I've got an FMC song in here. You can see these are all about the same. Like, look at the waveforms. They're all pretty much looking about the same kind of size, yeah? Yeah, they're all looking about the same kind of size. I picked these songs because I think they're pretty good mixes, yeah? And ready to go, ready to be mastered. So there's not a problem there. We're going to focus on this first one. Now, it's easy to use. Obviously, we're going to need to put it on our stereo out track down here, yeah? So we can click on our stereo out track. And when you click on it, let me just bring this up here. You can see you've got Logic's mastering, which again, man, it's awesome. There's nothing wrong with YouTube, with Logic's mastering at all. And you have the slot here to put in master plan. So let's load it in there. Now, again, let's talk about the interface. So not much going on, yeah? Not much going on at all. And as you can see, compared to the other version, so there are like presets in the other version, and there's a lot going on in the other version. You've got a little cog here. When you open it up, guess what? It only allows you to change the color of the knobs. Now, I've done some reading on why they went with doing this way. Firstly, cost. As you can see, the desktop version is about $100 and something, $120 odd. They wanted to keep the price down for this, so they made a more streamlined version and they altered it a little bit. Okay, so they have set this loud button. So let's talk about the controls. So obviously you have a low cut and a high cut. So you can cut lows and highs with this. There's no mid in there or anything like that. You've got complete range to, 6 dB on this side and 8 here, so you can see in there. And we have our loudness knob. So now this loudness knob, this isn't AI or anything like that. This is obviously a algorithm that they've created. It's kind of similar to the Lurson's deal. It is a special limiter / clipper designed to maximize loudness while maintaining clarity. The loud label, so you can bypass this. You can, and the other thing that's been included in this is that there's no way in this iOS version that you're ever going to go over your peak level of 0.1. So that's never going to happen. But there's no dial in here to control that. So they've put a safety guard in here as well, so you're never going to go over that as well. Plus, we've got a widener here. So it's a phase coherent stereo depth. And what's really cool about it is the way they've implemented this is they have done their best to make sure that it doesn't interfere with any of the mono signal whatsoever. And it's, you know, stereo imaging is a thing that's debatable with mastering. You either like it or you don't. Are you going to do it in every song? Does it need it in every song? No, probably not. Should you overdo it? Probably not. But everything is about subtlety with mastering, isn't it? Yeah. But this thing can get, as it says, stupid loud. And that's the idea behind it. Down here also we have our integrated LUFS. Now let's talk about the difference of integrated LUFS and short-term loudness, yeah? So our integrated loudness and our short-term loudness, these 2 meters here. So integrated is the loudness from the last time that the meters were reset. So this is what you want to do if you're going to play the song, the entire song all the way through. This will give you an average of what the LUFS are for that entire song. From the moment you hit play to the moment you hit stop, that will give you the average across that time limit of the song that you played. So if I play this song now that we have lined up ready to go, if I play it right through to the end, it's going to give us the average. Short-term LUFS gives us the volume, the loudness of over a 3-second period. Why is this handy? Well, you can do this over probably look for the loudest part of the song. So you probably go in here and find the loudest part of the song, and it will give you the loudness of that 3 seconds, which can be handy because sometimes the integrated overall loudness can be a little bit misleading, and then when you master it, it's not as all it seems. We also have now notice when you stretch it down, it kind of loses some of the information here. So it gets smaller and we can only see integrated and our peak. So what is the peak tell us? So the peak is the loudest peak or true intersample peak since the last reset, depending on a true peak setting, which we don't have in here. We don't actually have a true peak setting where the desktop version does. But as I said, they have integrated a protection layer, so that's not going to ever go over the top, yeah? Also, we have a bypass button, which will bypass the sound, and we have this cool thing called Unity. What is Unity? Unity allows you to listen to the track without any loudness being attached to the song, and you can only hear what changes you're making. So if you add low, or you add low, you add like a couple of dB of low, or 2 dB of low to this mix, you will hear that low in this in your track without any volume. And why is Unity good? Because it gives you a clear representation of what you're doing to your song, so you're not damaging your song. Because a lot of people just think that mastering is about loudness, but it's not. Loudness is that little thing on the top, the little icing on the cake. And you're gonna master things totally different. Like I said, if it's an acoustic track, you're gonna master this thing with a lot more gently, than you would a dance track. Because a dance track, everything can come up super loud. It's pretty, same across the whole track, and you want it to pump, you want it to kick people in the guts while they're at a dance club off their guts. The best thing about this Unity button is that you're able to see the transparency of your mastering. So I'll shut up. Let's set everything back to 0, make sure we're all good here. And we're going to play this track. Make sure everything's bypassed. And hopefully we've got sound. Why is that happening? So as you can hear, it sounds pretty nice turning it on, and I'm not really going too hard here, not hard at all, and I probably could go a lot harder with this. Let's notice the short-term LUFS or loudness. So what is it, 14? It's going to hit a loud point soon. Overall integrated is 15.8 at the moment. We can definitely give this some more. Okay, so we can definitely give this some more. Now, I wish I could bring this, you know what, let's move this track down here so we can actually see it. Okay, there we go. So let's show you a couple of things here. So I want to turn off. Firstly, let's bring this loudness down, bring everything back to 0. We'll hit play on this, and I'm going to pump it as loud. We're just going to push this thing all the way up and see what happens with it. Hey, Panda. Let's show you how loud it can go before it starts breaking up. And you'll be able to hear when it starts breaking up and things get distorted and things go wrong. That's when you got to start to pull back. Remember this has a limiter and a clipper on it, so it's never gonna go over it, but it's gonna get loud. Right, you can hear it there. It's starting to distort and break down. And we're sitting at LUFS at 3 LUFS at the moment. Way too loud. And this is the best thing how to use this, is to start bringing it down. Okay, let's talk about this section here. So we have this little other section here called crest. Now, what is the crest? So the crest is the difference between the LUFS and the peak. It's a rough measure of the dynamics in your music. So the lower this gets, the lower the crest gets. As you can see, we had it to like 3.5 there. The less dynamics there's going to be in your music. A really, really handy thing to have here, especially if you're doing acoustic music or anything that's got lots of ups and downs, where this is pretty consistent all the way through. Do we need a lot of dynamics in there? Not too much. So pay attention to it. We can push this now. Okay, let's talk about our unity dial. We're going to take this back to the start here, and we're going to hit unity and pull all this back down. And this is where the level, the volume of this track will stay exactly as it is. So even though I'm turning up this loudness, and the volume will stay the same, but you should be, and hopefully you got headphones on now. Remember, mastering is about subtlety. You don't want to just turn everything crazy up. You'll just ruin your song. But the unity button is here so you can hear these small changes and make sure it's not doing any damage. And I'll show you what I mean by starting this in here. And let's turn on the unity and turn this up loud and just watch what happens to the track. So you can see as I'm adding volume, there's no volume, right? But the meters are reflecting what it would be like if the volume was on. And let's put it all the way up. That's what's happening to your track without any extra volume. You can hear it's destroyed. It's fucked. It's gone. You can't, this isn't available for iPhone. This is only iPad, but hopefully they release an iPhone version or an update for it. So you can see as I turn this down, we want to get it to a point where all that crackle's gone. Now we can go in and add some of this stereo width, yeah? Now this thing's actually really nice. Again, don't overdo it, man. And you can hear now, there's no volume being added, right? But you can hear that bass distorting and it's too much bass, yeah? Okay. Let's bypass. Now let's add the volume back. So this would be our master. This is without. All right, let's have a listen through to the entire track and see if we can get an integrated LUFS just listening through it. I'm going to pull it down. I don't really need it. I don't want to be super, super loud and blow everything out. It's totally up to you. I'm going to bring this down to 6. Let's go back to the start and hit play. In answer to this, so it's exclusively on iPad. Like I explained at the start of the show, it is available on desktop as well for what? You can rent it or you can pay for it. So that was at the start of the show. We'll cover it at the end again. If the song is already mixed in stereo, what would the widening do and would there be any phase issues? Well, this is what they have said from their side, is that they have created this widening thing, this widening knob to be as friendly to your mono signal as, you know, it's made to not disturb the mono signal too much. So, and all of these knobs, except for the actual volume, are quite gentle. Yeah, so they're quite, you know, this is really good for transparent masters. So with the other version, you can reset this. I don't know why I can't. I thought I'd be able to double click to reset on this, but it's clearly not happening. But if we shoot this out as a master, let's just have a look at it. That's the only one we've got. Now, when you're mastering, of course, you want to make sure you've got your effects plugins selected, of course, and we want to go uncompressed. What are we going to do? Wave. I don't know what this is in. I think it's that'll do. Let's shoot this off and do a master of this track, and then we'll quickly go through these other songs just to give you some variation of other tracks. Again, you know, Audible with widening, it's going to be a case to case. Like every song is a completely different case, isn't it? Right? So here's our original track. And here's our master. And, you know, there's other tools out here. Let's just open this up in Neon to see what our overall LUFS were. We're going to import this track in here. This is 4 Pockets Neon. So we're going to load this in here. What is this track called? I can't remember what it's master. We'll use this master. Is this the one? 843. Yes, load. And we can get our LUFS, our overall. So about 13 LUFS. That's a decent master. That's, you know, pretty loud. You know, if it's not super loud, you could go way louder with this because it's a dance track. You're going to be okay with it. But you can see there's plenty of room to go further with it. And it's going to get knocked down about a dB for streaming services. Pretty nice. And look, easy. Is this thing easy? Can you fuck it up? You can fuck it up. You can fuck anything up. But sounds pretty nice. Let's go to another track. I'm going to do a death metal track now. Let's do that. So we'll solo this one. We'll go over this FMC one and bring this down to the bottom. And we got a bit of FMC. Let's open this up and set everything back to 0. Good stuff. Let's hear it unmastered. I can't resist the awful Okay, let's load this back in here. And let's give it a play. I'm going to, we'll set this to Unity. I can't resist the awful taste. Sounds pretty mean. Now you can see what they mean by stupid loud. You can get this thing loud. You can get this thing loud. Let's put on Unity. Sounds pretty mean to me. I'm going to do a quick one of these. Let's do an export. We'll just call this one FMC. FMC, awful. Tails on, we're all good there. Yes, you can join the Patreon where every weekend I master your tracks live if you'd like me to do it. And look at that. The beautiful thing about this is, look, we still have, even for a death metal song, right? We still have all the dynamics in here. Let's throw this over here into our neon and just see what's going on here. FMC awful. So we got an integrated LUFS again of 12. You know, 12, 13, we can bring it down if we want. So this is going to go to Bandcamp, and it's going to, if I release this on Bandcamp, it's going to be as loud as this. But if it goes over to Spotify, it's going to lose a couple of dB. And will that make much of a difference? Not really, you know. So it'll just be softer and match everything else. That's the way it's going to roll. Let's load something else in here. So we've done a death metal song. Let's check out. Let's go with the Delicate Giants, their single that they've just released. So this is a little bit longer. So this was the mix that I mastered for the album. And I'm just going to kill this. Let's load in master plan. Hey, Pascal. Let's hear it with its volume. Nice. So you can see currently we're playing the whole song through and we've got an integrated 13.1. The thing is to remember with all this stuff, it doesn't matter how. Now that hasn't had the tail chopped off there, but we can see we got an integrated of 13.4. Can I go louder? Of course I can go louder. Absolutely I can go louder. Do I want to? Not really. Do I want to keep some of the velocity in there, the variation, the dynamics? Of course I do. It's a very dynamic song, isn't it? It's all going to be to taste, you know what I'm saying? So this is shattered. Let's just do a master, shoot this off. Now you can use this in anything. Cubasis, put it on your master channel. AUM, put it on a track. Hit play, record. You're good to go. And as it plays through, you can see we're getting, we're getting a little bit different here. We're saying it's 13.6, yeah, look at that. So let's export this at mother. So it's a little bit longer than a normal one, yeah. And you'll find this is going to be quite comparative to the master that I actually did with Lursens, which, I don't think I have the mastered version here, do I? I don't think I have it in here. I think I deleted it. But let's, where is it? Let's throw it in Lursens, shall we? Just before we get out of here. I don't think I'll do any other tracks. You get the idea. So this is what I've been using for the longest time. I love Lursens. Lursens is magic. It's just, there's something about Lursens that's so good. Unfortunately, Lursens is very expensive to actually go and buy Lursens and get the additional add-ins, yeah? Well, Pete, this is the thing. Like, this is what's cool about this this app is you can see how much dynamics is getting ripped out of it. And you can pump things up. I could make Russ's song 100%, 10 LUFS, not a problem. It's still going to sound wicked. It's still going to sound awesome, but it will get lowered when it goes up. Again, like I said, the main thing you got to remember, don't make your track under 14 LUFS. 15, 16, right? Or right on 14, because there are streaming services that will not turn your mix up, and that is Amazon, YouTube. A bunch of them will not turn it up. They will turn it down. Some of them don't turn it up. So let's load this track in. Can I do it from here? Downloads. Oop. Can I open this in Lessons? I sure can. Here we go. So this is Lessons. Now, I love Lessons so much, but the one thing that's missing from here is a LUFS meter and integrated LUFS and True Peak. I don't have any of this. You know, you just got to trust it. Let's hit play. Now I'm just going to take a guess at this. So, and I've been doing that in 44, haven't I? What a dick. Because Russ records all of his stuff in 48. And I forgot. Yeah, but Final Touch doesn't really work anymore. Final Touch is dead. It's abandonware, unfortunately. So you can see this one's a little bit louder. Yeah. So we could go in here. Let's try and get something similar. And, you know, you shouldn't be mastering with your eyes anyway. Let's just go back into Logic. And I'm going to put this up a little bit. And we'll send this out in the right... in 48, because I fucked up. I'll call this Shattered 2. Hey. Again, with dance music, you got no problem. Yeah, fucking pump the dance music up to 8, 6 LUFS, whatever you like. Go for it. It's going to be fine. Until it starts to break down. That is the thing you got to listen for with an app like this with Master Plan. It holds your hand most of the way through it. As soon as you hear stuff breaking down and distorting and oversaturating and breaking down, you've got problems. So you can turn it up as loud as you want, but start to bring it down. Bring it down, see what you get. So let's see how close these are. Yeah, I reckon these are going to be pretty similar. Should we do one more quickly? Yeah, don't clip your shit. That is it. Don't clip your shit, man. And that is the beautiful thing about this. Look, my final thoughts while we quickly do another song, just quickly throw something out here, is would I like Master Plan on iOS to have the extra features? Yes, please. Please, guys. Release an in-app purchase with the extra functions, $5 or I don't know, whatever you're going to charge. I can't tell you what you want to charge for your music. I think it'd be rad. We'll use the fight for this last one. Let me bring that up there. Please do so with all those extra knobs so I can do another show. And yeah, I absolutely. Here's the deal. Like I said at the start, I'm using Logic, but Logic has an amazing free mastering section in there. And it's fucking awesome. Yeah? But not every DAW has that. So, you know, that's just the case. In fact, you can go over to AUM, and if you use AUM, it's not going to work, is it? Right? So if I want to bring in an audio track in here, what can I do? Can I find the... All right, we'll grab Russ's track in here. So another one of Russ's tracks, this joyous one. It was the most peaceful. Okay, so let's just show you mastering in here as well. So we'll go to master plan. You can use this in here. There's lots of ways around this, but the beautiful thing about this master plan is, look at it. It's very simple, and you're not going to ever go over your true peak. It's been locked in, so you can't fuck that up. It really, really is good. Yes, it is a mastering app. It was the most peaceful. Let's set Unity. Incredible, life-changing experience I've ever had in my life. So you can hear, we've got Unity on, so with this volume knob, we're not turning up, you're not hearing the volume change, yeah? But you're hearing the breakdown of what the clipper and the limiter is doing. It's fucking killing it. And while the Unity button is on, we're still getting a readout of our LUFS, of our integrated LUFS. And our short term. And you can see, even when I turn this up crazy loud, our true peak is not going anywhere. All right, so you're going to master this over here in AUM. Well, that's pretty easy to master this. We just need to set a record on here, and that's it. We've got our track on here, and we're off. It's going to play the track. Peaceful, joyous, incredible, life-changing experience I've ever had in my life. So obviously I'm not going to continue and go all the way through that, and it would go into your files, into recordings, and it'd be up here, your finished mastered track. There it is. So, and then you can, and this also appears if you've got audio share up in your audio share AUM recordings, and there it is right there. So you can see that's a pretty loud track, but it's able to get away with it because it's dance music, and you know, you've got more flexibility with dance music. Even metal, you can kind of get away with it because it's gacky. What have we got? One more, why not? Let's do this fight. We'll go to our stereo out. Let's just remove this for now. Do a clean one. Do a quick one, quick master. So we've added a fair bit to that. I'm just sticking around now. So we got that. Make sure we got our settings to 44, because that's what this one is in. Remember to delete all these tracks. Fine. So again, this thing's $10, and I really do hope they add an in-app purchase to add all the extra stuff. That would be really cool. I think all the extra stuff in the desktop version's really, really nice. You know, to be able to make sure your peak level. But as I said, they've tried to build in the true peak level, so it's never going to go over. Boom. See, I normally wouldn't master something this loud, definitely. That's just how I would do it anyway. Let's have a look and see what it is. Go in here. Fight. Load. What do we get for this? So 13, you know, that's going to be absolutely fine. It's loud. It's not peaking anywhere. It's not getting crushed. It's not getting destroyed. It will come down a dB when you send it up to a streaming service, but it's going to be a little bit louder if you upload it to Bandcamp. And you may want that, but you can also come in here and pull it down a little bit as well. So what do we got? If we come down here, what was that? So it was about 6. I'm just going to call this master plan 1. That'll do. Share. It's going to be up to you, but it's a rad app. I think it's cool. It does what it says on the box. It sounds pretty damn good. Again, Logic has its own one. There's other ones out there as well, but if you want to keep it simple and have it hold your hand a little bit, this is bloody nice. It looks pretty decent. Let's bring this sucker in. Have a quick look. What it's called, what I call it, Fight 1 or something. Master Plan 1, there we go. There you go, 13.6 LUFS. It looks, and it's nice and loud. Kicks ass. Awesome stuff. So there you have it. I've gone a little bit over time today. It's a winner, I think, and there's a good reason why. People produce like a pro Warren Hewitt, and so many people are saying this is a great plugin. As I said, I would love to see them offer some of the extra stuff, the presets and the extra buttons, like the what else is, because there's a bunch missing. Yeah, there's like a thickening button, there's a clean button, there's a smooth button, multi-presser, a calm, which tames the high frequency buildup. There's a tape analog glow. So there's a bunch of things that they've left out of this, but they tried to keep the price low. And I think if they're going to add this stuff, because I see a lot of people are asking for it for this iOS version, I kind of waited and didn't do a show on it just in case they were going to add it later on, but it hasn't come yet, so I may as well do the show now. And trust me, if they do release it as an in-app purchase or a whole new version, I will be covering it then. But I think you can't go wrong for $10 on iOS. There it is there, $9.99. You can't go wrong. It's not gonna fuck up your music. It's gonna make it sound great. If you want to get it on PC desktop, so there are the prices there. It's currently on sale. Rent to own $25 is at $25 a month, or $122 on sale at the moment forever. And you can see all the extra sections here that you've got. You've got an out and all this kind of stuff. You've got true peak, bypass, unity. So you've got that. I mean, if you're using desktop, I recommend this heaps. Yeah, I've got it as well on desktop, and I think it's fucking awesome. It is really, really good. All right, we're going to get out of here for today. I have to go out and start filming Walk With Me. Exciting stuff. Everything is going to go upside down. Surely is. So we're going to go out today with a track from our friend Russ8889 and the Delicate Giants, who we are featuring here, not tomorrow, the day after, with the album launch. And we're going to celebrate that album launch with the song Shattered that you heard me mastering today with their new acoustic version. I'm not telling you where my next walk is, dude, because if I go out there right now and head out walking, it gives the opportunity for some idiot to come out and try and punch my head in. I don't dox myself. So there you go. Sorry. But you will see after it's recorded. Because there's some weirdos on the internet. Let me tell you that. All right. Let's bring up this track. This is Shattered, the acoustic version of by the Delicate Giants. And it's really cool. It was made by Gary, the guitarist. He put this all together and sent this off to Russ and was like, hey, I've made an acoustic version. And that's pretty cool. So let's do it. Remember, do the things that make you happy, folks. Mistakes make you better, and we'll all rise together and stay awake. I see Hughes come in last minute there. Hello. Let's get out of here. Let's do this track. This is Shattered, the acoustic version by the Delicate Giants. Told ya.